There we go. Welcome everyone. We are at the last game of today. We are here in Brampton, Ontario for the CUUC Ultimate Championships at VC Showcase Field. We have the last matchup in the women's division, which is the game to go. So we have Carleton Women's and Western. I'm here with my co-commentator Lance for the last game. So how are we feeling about today? How has it been so far?
You know what, Alicia, I've been seeing some pretty awesome Frisbee so far. Being that today is like the one and last opportunity to get onto the, Division One. So you see every team giving all their got. The win was a little bit factor earlier on in the day, but it's calmed down just a tiny bit. But I think we'll still see a little bit of trouble. But again, like you said, it's the last opportunity for these two teams here to try and make it to that big stage. So we're going to see nothing but the best from these two squads.
Yeah, and we definitely can see that already from both teams. Big rosters from both of them. Some depth in both. We have Linda Linda Zhu, number 20, and Joyce Lee, also some players that have played in the past that have been strengths. Definitely some good coaches there too. Tanya Gonzalez, the head coach. Really good programs coming out of Western. And then on the Carleton side, definitely some experience with a few comp players, Hill and Scott and Neeland. And we got it started. We're getting it started.
So here we got Carleton started on offense going upwind. We had Tori Neeland with the centering disc. Pass it up to the far side, but just an unfortunate drop there. So you're giving Western an early break opportunity. Starting up on the far side. Tries to hit a flick. Oh, a nice little grab. Goes for the backhand and hits the goal to number 16.
So a quick point there.
Yeah, very quick point.
Just like you said, an unfortunate turnover there by Carleton. Just a quick turnover.
Yeah.
You can see the flags are just moving a bit quicker right now. The wind seems to have picked up a bit. But yeah, just already a quick point and good start for Western.
Yeah, definitely. It was just one centering pass to the middle and then just an easy backhand to the open side. So quick transition there for Western to convert that break opportunity. And I guess maybe just live stream jitters from the Carleton player to drop that pass. So we'll see if they can refocus here for a second opportunity at O point here.
Yeah, and definitely some good coaching on both sides, like I said earlier. Sam Lee, assistant coach, familiar to the comp. Field, helped out with a few comp teams.
Oh,
and
here's
played
Tori
herself.
with the big flick pull. Nice reception. Looking for her teammate. And a nice goal there by number 65, Sarah Pledge-Dixon. Awesome read on the disc. And Carleton with the quick answer.
Yeah, definitely. In the previous games, they were looking to huck the disc downfield, try to gain positioning, especially with the wind. So sort of a similar strategy for Carleton as they played their previous game against McMaster. So we'll see. We're starting off all right. So far, both teams showing that they can play. Yeah.
Yep, so hopefully Carleton should try to get this break back early. Again, maybe like we saw earlier, just that one crucial drop there from the pass there gave Western an early break. So we'll see if Carleton could set the tone on their defense, get some pressure, and try to get this break back. And we're seeing Western's offensive line for the first time. So we'll see what kind of strategy they're going to put out today.
Yeah, they definitely look like they have some speed and athletic ability. So it'll be good to see how they can turn it on.
Very nice pull. just past half, almost to the far side brick. So we got a centering pass to number 18, Estelle Ding. Really moving, talking to her teammates, looking for some options. Carleton coming out in a little zone here, forcing a lot of passes. Estelle again trying to get to the middle pass and just kind of threw a little bit short. So giving Carleton a nice break opportunity with maybe 20, 25 yards to work with. Got Tori picking up the disc. Doesn't see an option. Look for the break. Oh, a nice good grabber, number 28, Taylor Samard. Looking back for a reset. Hits the backhand, trying to look for Tori. Oh, that was a good try. The wind kind of pushed that, made it a little bit blade.
Also the extension, like we talked about earlier today.
Yeah.
Samard is a rookie to the Carleton bench. Definitely can tell that she was a bit calmer with the disc, so that's good to see and put her efforts in the grab.
Yeah. And we saw Estelle trying to hit the flick cross blade there to the break side. I think it was just a little too high for her teammate to read that. So, again, giving Carleton a short field to work with. Nice centering pass from Viv to Tori, and a nice catch in the end zone. And Carleton quickly gets their break back.
So it is a 2-1 game for Carleton already.
And that was scored by number 7, Grace Hamilton Burge. Nice one-hand grab there right on the open side. And, yeah, so that was really, really good. So, again, really great zone by Carleton on forcing that crossfield pass from the Western player, and took advantage of that short field that they had to convert the break, and we're back on even terms.
Yeah, and that's it. The last few games already, it's come down to the wire towards the end, and at the halfway point, depending on positioning we saw on the open side, that it was definitely, a game of runs for the first half, and then the second half, you could tell the momentum shift depending on strategy and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see what both teams can bring out in terms of strategy on both sides.
Yep.
You can see already that.
Yeah, as the game goes on, yeah, that's definitely something that you want to – the game's all about adjustments. You want to get used to what your opponent wants to do, what your matchups tend to do, and try your very best to take them out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll definitely be trying to keep seeing teams adjust to each other and try to make it work in their favor. So Western here again working upwind. Carleton still coming back in their zone. Hits the pass to the far side. It's almost like a 4-person wall here. Great zone, just forcing a lot of passes. Not a lot of movement in the middle, though, from Western side. It's kind of just handler movements. Looking for a middle pass. Oh, nice break. Number 10 in with the disc there. Jocelyn Lee. Center of the pack to number 13. Sherry Lou. Hits the break side. Sherry Lou looking for the middle. Oh, nice break again. Back to Jocelyn. Gets it back through the cup. Nice, Jocelyn, just putting herself in a really good position to, get it right through the cup. Great job. Again, number 13. Oh, nice high grab by Jocelyn. Keeping possession of that disc. Looking for number 13. Carleton put a nice big mark. Oh, well, I guess it's a foul call.
Definitely there was a bit of contact there. Number 13, she's got height and length, so maybe using those strengths on defensive end.
Yep, we got Lydia G with the disc. Nice pass up to Sherry. Sherry looking back for Lydia. Lydia just on the goal line. Hits the pass up. Oh, and a great grab. Goal scored by Sherry Lou. Really great patience and great movement. Sherry was doing a really great job, just kind of staying in the middle of the cup, just behind the cup, putting herself in great position, to open up the holes and attacking. Lydia was also moving it just very well, keeping the disc alive. So it was a great movement just from that handler core. The cutters kind of gave them a little space to work with, and that was a really great job. Moved the disc up the field very well.
Yeah, you could see even with the cup that was put on by Carleton, that zone, it seems to be that they were able to break through. One of the big advantages with the zone is trying to stay unison with your two parties that are with you. Normally, some cups are 3 or 4 people. So, staying tight, communicating with your teammates on where to move and when to move and move collectively also helps. So, hopefully, we'll be able to see them maybe do better on communicating on the cup there.
Definitely. Yeah. The very thing that's very important with doing a cup to work well is moving as a unit. You want to try to keep your fingers as close as possible touching between you and your teammates to not let any of those holes in there. So I'm sure that's an adjustment that Carleton will make going forward. Yeah. So the pull goes out of bounds, so Carleton will be taking it to the middle of the field. Tori picking up the disc, who's been a very dynamic handler, has very strong throws, very precise with their throws, can hit the break side. Loves the deep stuff. Here right away hits a nice break side to Hill. Looking for Emily Scott, another big target that makes a lot of really amazing plays. Number 33, back to Hill. Again looking for Tori, nothing yet. Hits Emily. Oh, we got number 10 striking deep. I don't really see anything yet. Oh, Emily hits a nice break side backhand. Oh, great catch by number 12. Oh, hits Tori in the break side. Tori looking, oh, good reach. She has a second chance. Oh. That Western defender there just gave a little bit of pressure, forcing that Carleton player to go up a little early than intended. And just a little miss there.
And yeah, that's it. Definitely looked super open in the end zone. Sometimes when you're stagnant and the disc comes at you, it flies up with the wind. We got wind today, so unfortunately that one just flew up a bit too high, and the Western pressure really helped out as well.
Yeah. So again, got number 18, Estelle, digging with the disc. Center of the pass. Oh, looking for number 20, just gets it out. Oh, Hill was trying to get that. Oh, nice, great grab by Michelle. Michelle trying to look for some options. Not anything yet. Trying to look for a reset. Hits Estelle. Looking for, hits a flick. It's kind of hanging a little bit. Here's Carleton defender. Oh, good pressure by number 12, Monica Sadler. Great job.
It didn't look like she was too ready, on her positioning-wise. But that's the other thing with Frisbee. It's when you're trying to conserve energy as well. Depending on, you're on offense or defense, there's points where you don't need to necessarily be sprinting all the time.
Yep. Oh, no. Oh, looking very serious.
So we have Hill, number 25, just down on the field there. Seems to be an injury.
Yeah, it looks like she's grabbing her knee. Could have been when she was going to throw the disc, maybe caught the foot into the ground a bit longer than usual and maybe twisted it.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, definitely.
It's never a good sight to see, especially in the women's division, people screaming. Most of the time, it's a lot of pain, and hopefully there's nothing too serious going on.
Yeah.
So we are here this afternoon in the last game of the Friday qualifiers. We are at the 14th minute of this game with Western and Carleton with a 2-2 tie. We've had some great games overall today. The field has been nice. The accommodations from Brampton has been nice. So it's been a good day so far. Looking forward to some Division I teams tomorrow, both on the Opens and the women's side. Definitely a lot of competition coming in for tomorrow's games.
Oh, for sure. Some big names. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing teams like Queens for sure. Was always been that powerhouse on both sides, open and women. So looking forward to those matchups for sure, as well as teams like McGill, Laval, are a really great powerhouse. So definitely looking forward to seeing some big games tomorrow. So hopefully our audience, can tune in and see those games. And again, we're here in Brampton, an amazing facility. has host really big competitions here before. And, this university championship is brought to you by Ultimate Canada. And we really appreciate everything that they've been doing for the sport of Ultimate. And, it's been really, really great.
Yeah, it's been good so far. What's nice today is now the sun's out, and it's been out for a bit. It's making, players warmer and commentators and cameraman warmer. So it's nice for that. We had two matchups today. One on the open side just before this one. It was Waterloo and Western. Really good matchup there. It went tight right up until the end, and Waterloo took the victory. There was a lot of highlights. So if you like to check the scores on Ultimate Canada, they are posted on there. You see all scores there. We are live streamed all weekend long with some really good games and great athletes and good competition.
Yep. And again, while dealing with a really unfortunate situation right now, on the far side, we have Sherbrooke and McMaster also playing for the game to go in the open division. So again, a game that has a lot of importance to that one. So don't really know the score, but again, you expect both teams to be playing very hard. So I think we just saw Sherbrooke just score a goal. So yeah, so both teams will be coming strong on that one.
So we had a bit of a break here on the VC Showcase field. Number 25 Hill is being assisted by athletic therapists and assistants from Ultimate Canada. Hobble off the field, so we applaud her and hope that she's okay and she's able to work through the injury and whatever it may be.
Yeah, definitely. One thing you really hope on Carleton's side that when you're losing a star player like Hills, that you hope that the team could recoup and again with a lot on the line, you want them to refocus, know that she's okay, and keep playing hard and try to win over her. Do your very best to keep going.
And that's the biggest challenge when your players go down, it be a star or non-star, a teammate. You all get that heavy heart, right? You're all you hope that it's nothing serious and she's really okay. So we'll get back into this game, and Carleton's got the disc, and hopefully they can keep the momentum going.
Yep, here we go. So we got Carleton there on O. Oh, a great catch there by Emily Scott. Wait for the disc. Oh, Emily puts up a nice flick. Has a second chance. Oh, looks like there's a call, though, on the original first throw.
Definitely a good look there.
It was.
Yeah, in the end zone.
Yeah, Emily Scott had put up that nice flick huck there. Number 12, looking, she had an opportunity on a second chance just out of the reach, but again, looks like there's a call from the first throw.
Yep. May have been a travel call. Oh, it's a turn.
Oh.
We got a turn.
All right, so we got a turn. So giving Western, I guess, a break opportunity here, short field. On the far side, right on the sideline. So you got number 23 picking up the disc, Carissa Chan. She's going to be looked to center the disc. Looking for some options. Let's see, nothing yet. Oh, hits a nice flick ball. Wow, wide open. And that's the break for number 11, Michelle Ng. Great job. Just a flick pull right to space.
Yeah, that was definitely a good possession there. The call really changed the play and the momentum of that play. Carleton had a nice look in the end zone. Unfortunately, there was a turn. We're seeing already that Western is taking advantage, and now they got that break, so they're taking advantage of the turnovers, right?
Yeah. Sorry, no, that was Dorothy Lynn, actually, number 15 with that goal. It's a great job. So, yeah, again, unfortunate. I guess that may have been a stall down then probably on Carleton's. They're giving Western that short field and maybe 2-3 passes, and Western converts.
Yeah, and you can tell Western, they're pretty deep. Like I said, both squads are pretty deep in terms of players. they're looking already. There's been a few passes in the end zone, like super open. So maybe Carleton to tighten up their defense just a bit, force the handlers to throw, make sure they're working to throw that disc in the end zone, right?
Yeah. Oh, I guess the pull landed out of bounds. So Carleton's going to be getting it in the midfield.
Nealon continuing to be the general in the field.
Definitely.
One of the things I think she enjoys most is teaching her teammates.
Yeah. She got number 13 getting the disc. Nice in cut by number 7. Trying to look for Tori. Nothing there yet. Tori, great undercut. Puts it up the disc. Oh, a nice, great grab by number 7. Grace Hamilton. Great work.
And their last conversion was by those two, actually. 91 Nealon to Grace. So we may see that a bit more. Definitely not easy catch.
Mm-hmm.
Grace had to go up there and kind of reach over, her opponent. So that may be a familiar grouping.
Something to look out for.
Yeah, something definitely to look out for sure. So we are at the 21st and a half minute of this game. We are a tie game, VC Showcase Field. It is 3-3 the score.
So what do you think so far has been going on about this game?
Well, there was a little bit of time that was lost with the unfortunate injury. I see that both teams are, it's going back and forth. Not necessarily quick runs, but for sure there's strategy involved with both sides, and they're really looking to be patient, specifically with their handlers and making the in-cuts. And, yeah, so they're working hard.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. I think both defense, is working really well, like pressuring both teams to have to either throw up a hard throw or multiple throws, really making them work. So nothing hasn't really coming too easy for both sides. And the wind is still fairly strong, so it's still playing a bit of a factor. So we'll look to see if both teams adjust to the wind and try to make it easier for them to score. So we see Carleton still coming on this kind of 4-person wall zone here. Gets a nice little through pass. Still see number 23 with the disc. Number 18 really being that general there, just really moving things around, getting almost every second pass. Couple inches from the end zone. Still looking for an option. And a nice goal by number 25, Karina Lang. Very, very great job. And again, number 18, Estelle Ding, just like, again, taking every second pass, moving with each throw, just being a very dangerous threat every time she gets the disc or when she's moving without the disc. So you really feel like a Carleton should be looking to try to adjust their defense to try to slow her down, because she's really keeping this Western team alive by making her presence known.
Yeah, and you just see the call from the observers. There's a timeout for Carleton. I think it's definitely a good call by the coaches. Right now, it seems to be that their zone is hurting them the most. The holes are being just attacked by Western in a really good way. They're getting those little passes through the zone. And like we said earlier, a zone, you got to work as a unit. You got to work together. So I think it's, a downfall for Carleton, and that's maybe just tightening up on the defense, or maybe changing the strategy to maybe man, person versus person type of play. So we'll see. What do you think Western's, what's going through their minds right now? How the ladies are, going to play this next point at this point of the game?
I think Western is really happy with at least from the handler's perspective, movement. As long as your handlers are continually moving with the disc as it's going forward, they're not giving their cutters too long to hold the disc when they get it. They're always looking for that quick reset. And it's really nice when your handler is moving the play with you. Because what I love seeing is, let's say a cutter gets the disc on an in cut. when the handler is moving up, they see the vision of what else is going on downfield. So when they get that reset, they already have that couple, 2, 3 options ready to go right away. And I love that, again, from Estelle, always getting every second pass. She knows where she's going to go next. So it's really awesome seeing that. So I think that's something that Western will continue to do going forward. That seems to be working really well. And then to your point about Carleton maybe changing up that defense to person-person defense to try to see if they can do more person to kind of slow that handler movement down a bit more from Western side.
Yeah, and I think it's a very good observation. And I think definitely could use some change. Oh, an unfortunate pull here. Just sometimes those rolls help. Fortunately, this one came in past the halfway of the field, so Carleton might get an advantage here.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe putting it on this line may help in Western's favor. We'll see just how they set this defense. Oh, we see Tori already going for the big hug. Oh, looking for her big target, Emily Scott, but just a bit over her head, which is very rare that happens.
Yeah, I think just a bit too much outside in there, and it kind of floated. It kind of floated up, and there was some people running onto it. Yeah, I think Sadler was in the background there running onto it a little bit. So maybe she could have gotten the grab there, but unfortunately, no.
Yeah. All right, so we got Western again moving upfield for this break opportunity here, up to number 4. Trying to look for an option. Not seeing anything yet. Oh, unfortunate drop there by number 13, Sherry. So Carleton looked to pivot this right away, looking for something. Forces a high throw. But that was easily intercepted by Western. So Western hits the break side. Trying to move up the sideline. It got tipped a little bit. Could you keep it in? Oh. And it's out of bounds.
And now we're seeing a few more turns.
Yep.
Fatigue sometimes gets into the mindset, or even pressure. Pressure makes you turn the disc a bit too much.
Definitely. Oh, what a nice inside look there by Tori. Hits Emily Scott, and Emily Scott's pass. Oh, and it stays in. Very nice goal.
So that was Scott to Lydia Harvey-Lloyd with the conversion there.
Very nice, very nice. She did a very good job to keep her toes in there. Emily Scott had about a 2-second window hitting that break that continued to Lydia. And really, really great job to see Carleton convert that.
Yeah, definitely a long overdue gap between points. Even though it was 4-3, it seemed to be that Carleton didn't have something really to run with at the time. Western was doing a really good job on both ends of the field. So the fact that they were able to convert and tie this game up is an advantage for Carleton.
True, I agree. So again, being that the score is tied, it seems that both teams are still trying to figure each other out. We've seen a couple smooth points by both teams, and then some unforced errors, throws, drops. So again, still early in the game, so you still expect both teams to adjust going forward to try to break this game open a little bit better. Again, they know the importance of this game, trying to make it to that Division 1. So again, we'll probably see going forward teams trying to make that adjustment. So here again, we got Western on offense. Nice undercut there by number 5. Looking for another option. Nice bit marked there by the Carleton defender. Oh, great grab by Estelle. Looks like that's a down call.
Maybe a stall down there. That's always tricky too, right? It's on the 10 of the stall that it's a stall down. But there was a good discussion there, so I guess that's a turn. It was a stall down.
It was a stall down.
It's a turn, and it'll be Carleton.
Carrie Chu was looking for Estelle up line, but I guess just too late past the time limit. So Carleton just past just before their half, looking for an option. Oh, heaves up a big flick. Oh, a nice defensive play by number 20. Big D. She rips a big one, looking for number 11. Can she get there? Oh, nice grab by Michelle. Hits the pass there to number 5. Carry 2. Looking for another option. Hits the flick. It's hanging. Did she get there? Oh, great job. Number 20, Linda Zhu with the goal.
Yeah, and we mentioned her name earlier just at the beginning there. That was really well played. Again, you're seeing that Carleton is getting hurt on that deep. The quick turnovers happen, and Western's looking to score, and that's what you can already see. And that worked in Western's favor, obviously, because now they are up 5-4.
Yeah. Again, I like seeing those quick transition where as soon as I see that turn, the teams are able to adjust, and it's like, quick transition, let's go. And Western's doing very well, changing to that offensive mindset, getting themselves in a good position to keep that disc moving, not giving Carleton a chance to catch up. And I think Carleton needs to start, at least as soon as that turn happens, to try to say, okay, let's try and get this back. Mark up, play defense, find the person to cover, to try to stop that quick transition from Western.
Yeah, definitely good to see. We are currently at 32 minutes coming in right now. It is the score 5-4. Definitely already a good matchup that we've had. We want to thank Brampton, as always, for the facilities. It's an unreal complex. There's so much Frisbee here, and it's been a lot of fun being here a couple of times. It'll be great all weekend.
Definitely. And again, like we said, we got some big matchups coming up in the next couple of days. So, again, if you tune in, please tune in and watch some other really, really great matchups. It's going to be an awesome weekend. But again, these two teams are still going really hard at it, trying to make to that Division 1. It's still a very, very close game. Again, 5-4. Carleton is still looking to just keep pace with Western. So we got Tori again here with the disc. Up to Burnett, number 4. Looking for an option, trying to hit Emily. Emily's still really tight on this sideline. Looking for an option. Tori makes an upline cut, coming back. Oh, Tori with the big hammer. Can our receiver read that? Oh, number 12 just out of the hands of Monica Sadler.
So, yeah, the stall count was getting high there, and Scott had to try to throw something up. Seems to be a bit stagnant in the end zone. So that's something Western may take advantage of. Oh, look, we have an overthrown play here. And just a turn right away by number 13, unfortunately, from Western.
Yeah, Sherry was trying to look for that inside flick there. I guess it just kind of carried away from her just a bit much. Emily Scott was easy to be able to come down with that defense. So giving Carleton another shot to have this crucial hold here. So Emily about 20 yards from the end zone, looking for to really convert this goal. Hits a nice shot past to Tori. Tori shoots it up to Emily. Oh, Emily looked like she had that in her hands.
Yeah, I think the defender that was just behind the Western defender was aware that if she moved any closer, it would have been a dangerous play.
Yeah.
And I think that may have psyched Scott out. But here's another turn.
Yeah, Joyce just tried to look for a little option. Maybe it looked like a bit miscommunication and ended up just turning it into the ground. But there she gets it right back. Joyce Lee again with the really awesome hand block. As you can see, she's kind of holding her hand, though, but those souvenirs you get when you try to get those big defensive plays.
Yeah, and you can hear the Western sideline just
they are amped up.
Excited to see all the efforts put in. Great hand block by Lee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there goes Sherry. A little big backhand. Looking for her options. Oh, a nice good read by her teammate. Looking for an option, number 16. Dishes it off back to Sherry. Nice job by Sherry to find her teammate Joyce. Joyce and Sherry just really anchoring this offense. And there goes Sherry. Hits the break side to Amanda McFadden for the goal. Uh-oh. Let's get a little injury here by a Carleton player.
That's number 12. Sadler looks like she went down. In the past, she's had a few injuries, hip injuries related. And so the point was converted. Sadler is walking off with one of her teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully everything's okay. Really nice play by Lee.
Yeah. Sherry and Joyce being that anchor again on that flow, just give and go, continually moving with the disc. And again, what I was saying, a really great job from their handlers of moving with the play, just keeping everything open, always giving their players an option to look for. And once Sherry got the disc back, she had a nice open backhand break to Amanda McFadden for that nice break goal. And converted upwind break for Western.
Yeah, definitely. I think there may be a timeout here. Carleton from the injury and the pause in the game, and what's hurting them is their zone. They've been hit with the ponies from London, Ontario. Western is doing a really good job there. Really moving the disc well with nice flow, extremely nice flow. So you see here they've taken a bit of a lead. It is a 6-4 coming in the 36th minute of this game. What's next for Carleton? We're coming close to halftime in a couple of points. What is the strategy in terms of getting back in this game?
I think Carleton just needs to slow down their pace just a little bit. They have their go-to players that they're looking to. Tori being an anchor on handler. Players like Emily Scott, Sadler, before she had the injury, was making big noise on the field. I just think as if those options are being taken away, you want your other players to be able to try to still make some options to be able to get open to at least help take away from the pressure on your main players.
Yeah.
So, sometimes if you have certain plays that are in tune for your go-to players, once your defenders lock that down, you got to have that second or third option just to help you keep the flow going. So I think Carleton just needs to, get your other players involved as much as you can.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're getting a bit tunnel vision on looking for their go-to ones, and that's kind of making it hard because Western's really in tuning with that. They know who they're looking for. So try to give yourself a bit of challenge to look for a bit more players or the other players to kind of make options easier for the handlers to keep that disc going.
Yeah, and that's right. So we got Nealon starting off the play here. With a just floaty pass across field to Burnett.
Burnett able to get it. Emily Scott gets the disc too. Back to Burnett. Hits up to number 10, Isabel Potvin. Back to Emily Scott. Emily Scott puts up a nice flick. See if her opponent can read this. Oh, it was a great defensive play by Michelle. Was able to go up early to make sure that was knocked down.
And yeah, we've seen a lot of Michelle. She was in the right position there. Sarah pledged this and May had a bit of speed on her, 65. But Michelle was able to come up in a good position and D that disc.
Definitely, yep. And here again we have Estelle. Jen trying to make things happen. Oh, Sarah was very close on that D. Western player again looking for options. Ooh, that was very close. Estelle able to keep her feet in bounds. Puts up a wild flick there, but great easy D. For number 18.
Lizette.
Yeah. Lizette able to make sure that was knocked down. So we got Tori P on the disc. Just at half field. Oh, looking for Emily Scott. Oh, Estelle almost right there. And a nice easy goal by number 13, Lydia Harvey-Lloyd. Make sure that goal was converted.
And it is a 6-5 game now, and that is the second time that they find Harvey-Lloyd in the end zone from Scott. Second conversion, so you're starting to see a little bit of a pattern in terms of scoring. Like you mentioned earlier, you got to make sure that try to get other people involved. I think with Hill going down, Harvey is starting to step up a bit. Hopefully we see a few other players step into a position to be able to be a threat to Western's great efforts already.
Definitely, definitely. Yep. So yeah, Carleton's still in this game. Definitely lots of time still to, just inch it point by point, point by point. Um, I think if Carleton starts to put that same pressure on their go-to players on the Western side, they can really start to create more turnovers. Again, we mentioned Michelle, Sherry, Jocelyn, and Estelle being those kind of consistent names that we hear. So if Carleton is able to try to contain those four players as much as possible, maybe can create more turns and try to get themselves a bit more break opportunities to close this gap and possibly take the lead.
Yeah, that's right. So we got a score of a 6 for Western, 5 for Carleton here at VC Showcase Fields.
Yep. So again, we got a centering pass to Sherry. Sherry up to Joyce. Oh, Joyce with just a little throw, but 16 was able to hold on to that. So she's looking for a reset. Gets it to Joyce. Joyce looking for an option. Hits Sherry. Sherry to the far side. Sherry busting up line. Oh, a nice easy D by Abigail King. Looking for an option now. She's got Fortin. Centers it this to Fortin. 14 was making an 8 cut, but decided to look that off. Oh, she puts up a big pass. Oh, it's a good read by number 7. Oh, great read by number 10. Going for the break side break. Could number 30 get there? Oh, that could have been a late opportunity, but Helena really wanted that one.
Yeah, that looks like a beautiful layout opportunity. Layouts are frightening, especially if you haven't done them. If you're a familiar Frisbee player to layouts, then it's a lot of fun. It's almost addicting. So,
oh, we see a big flick there, but easily defended by number 23, Shu-Ling Sinclair. Great job of his positioning there.
So yeah, we see a change of lineup with the Ravens. Like you said, those few other factors that can come into play. So we'll see what they can do here. They're doing a good job so far.
Yep. Oh, just out of the hands of Fortin there. So it's just a couple of consecutive turnovers here from both squads. So we got Joyce put a nice break pass to number 10, Jocelyn. Back to Joyce. Joyce putting out the big backhand. Looking for Sherry. Oh, but a good pick up the garbage, as I like to call it, by Amanda McFadden. Putting herself in a good position to collect the trash.
Yeah, and that's it. Great point conversion there. Really nice look by Lee. Joyce Lee. It was a good look upfield. She had 2 of her teammates in the end zone there, so because it was missed by one, it was got by the other. Picking up the garbage, like you said.
Yeah.
And yeah, Western keep rolling. We're at 7-5 for Western.
Wow. Yeah, so Western still flowing the disc very well. Again, as we mentioned a couple of times, is those go-to players that are able to keep the disc moving for Western. Making it hard for Carleton to really lock them down. So credit to Western on continuing to go to their go-to players, but not showing any chance of slowing down.
Yeah, that's right. I think we have a halftime here with a score of 7-5. We're at Showcase Field. We will be back. Welcome back, Ultimate fans. We are here coming on the second half of the last game of the Friday qualifiers. We're here at BC Showcase Field with my co-commentator Lance in Brampton, Ontario.
Hello.
So, big first half. You know, we've had some injuries, some very good plays from both ends of the field. What is some of the takebacks, and what can Carleton do to gain a bit of momentum here against Western?
So far, again, we've been talking about Western being able to move with the play with their handlers. They're keeping options open all over the field, not giving Carleton a chance to really set up. Again, the couple of names that we've been saying is just really making their presence known and just keeping a lot of the flow going very well for them. Whereas in the Carleton side, it's still just like certain players are, doing a couple of things, but not as much flow coming from Carleton's side. So, great D though there from number 12, Sadler.
Yeah, you see Sadler's back on the field there,
that's
looking
really good to see.
And Nealon's picking up the disc and looking in the end zone.
Yeah, looking for Scott.
33 for Scott. And it's a quick
nice.
score. That little energy boost, I think, that's something that they needed to start the second half to make it a bit of a close game. But yeah, like you were saying, we were missing a little bit of that from the Ravens. We didn't see the quickness movement of the disc, an unfortunate turn, but a good defensive pressure by Sadler to force that turn.
No, definitely a great D by Sadler. You had really good positioning on that. And again, even though we've been talking about Carleton having just key players that, that keeps them going for their team, they are still getting the job done. And they're only down by one. Again, Tori with 3 assists already. Emily Scott with her first goal, but, still got 2 assists as well. So, it's awesome to see your go-to players really putting in the work and showing why, they are the, go-to ones on the team.
And that's right, we always have, there's some players that are better at some things and some better at others. Being an overall teammate is one thing I like to enjoy saying, whether you be on the field or on the sidelines. The encouragement also helps. So we're looking here just on the far side. Western with the disc. 13 to 23 Chan. A bit more pressure from the Ravens here. Looking up line. Not there to her bail. 12 Lee. Back to the middle. To Lou. Sherry Lou. Piping into the end zone. Oh, unfortunate grab. Jocelyn Lee just missed, just fell right out of her hands. Good pressure there by Potvin.
Yeah, no, that throw was, even though it looked a little blady, it still get a chance for number 10 there to almost have a chance on catching that. But like you said, a great pressure from Carleton to kind of make the Western player hesitant on catching that and turn the disc over. So giving Carleton a good chance to try to get a break opportunity. Got to march the whole 90 yards, though.
Yeah, and you see already, on just an unfortunate turn, Fortin was looking for Shu Ling on the far side, but that flat zone that Western was putting up was definitely difficult to go through. So that was definitely ineffective. And they're on the far side looking to score in the end zone, 23. Back to Lee, number 12, in the middle, looking end zone. And there's a score. Lee with the goal assisted pass in the end zone to her teammates. If you were watching on the screen, we saw that it was to number 5, Chu. For us, if you're watching online, it looked a little bit potential collision there. It's always frightening to see. Gratefully, no one was injured, and there was actually no collision.
Yeah, great on number 5 on just being able to control her body to not only secure the catch but not to avoid a collision, and got the goal. So it was a really, really great job.
Yeah, it definitely looked way too close for comfort from this end of the field for us. Lance and I were both shooken up a little bit. So grateful that nothing happened there. So that's good.
Definitely. So we got a score of 8-6 for Western. Still maintaining the 1-2 point difference there. Carleton's still been knocking on the door, though. We are at the 53-minute mark. So still a lot of time for Carleton to still try to build up a couple of momentum here.
Yeah, we'll see. We got Western with the pull starting just past the halfway mark. And Nealon's going to pick up the disc in the middle, and you are starting to see that zone that the Western's putting on, that flat zone.
Yes.
Nealon, with good awareness, was recognizing that there was a lot of pressure and looked to float it up to Lydia Harvey-Lloyd. Unfortunately, she just didn't come down with it. So we got Western on the far side looking with a bladey throw. And a turn in, it's rolling just out of bounds there. But there's a call on the far side by Western.
Oh, it's a foul call. I like that the players are using the hand signals. Again, if you tune in, you're seeing the hand signals when you're tapping your wrist together there. That's initiating that there was a foul call. As you see, the ref is doing, the observer is doing it now. Pretty nice, and it makes it easy to know exactly from when you're kind of far away to see exactly what the call was. And it's good that they're using that to kind of communicate better with each other.
Yep, so we got on the far side a pass from number 5 to 18, but some good pressure by Scott on the far side, and Nealon's picking up the disc. Looking for Scott. Scott in the middle with a big fake deep, and she throws it. Looking for Dixon. It's in the air. And a height advantage took play there. Number 22. 22.
Yeah, she had a really great positioning, and like you said, the height definitely made a difference there. It looked like Sarah had the inside, but number 22 was able to go up pretty early and secure that defense there.
So we got on the Western with the disc.
Ooh.
Good pressure by Burnett there. Oh, and a great bid by number 20. Zhao number 20. Shooting to the middle. Just a turn there.
Yeah, kind of just hanged up just a little bit. But again, we got Carleton coming in. Tori again looking for Emily. Emily puts up a big one looking for number 13. I like a little height matchup here. Oh.
It looked like it was looking a little floaty, the pass. They've been looking deep, that combo duo 33 Scott to Harvey Lloyd.
Yeah.
She's getting up okay.
Yeah, it's really good to see that she's standing on her own. Looked like she was kind of rubbing her shoulders a little bit, but it looks like the turn still stands. So it's going to be Western's just great spirit. No malicious stuff there, so.
Yeah, no foul call.
Yeah.
As well. So Western's coming in on their end zone line with the disc. Looking in the middle, and just an unfortunate turnover. Nealon with the throw. The scuba to number 33 Scott in the end zone. Just a great play there.
Nice.
Yeah, and you can see just, Western seemed to be really, their handler line and their cutter line, they were really close together. A lot of crowding in that area, it seems to be. And now roles reverse. Carleton took advantage of those turnovers. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great. Again, seeing Tori, just hitting Emily Scott, has always been a very consistent target downfield. Keeping them in this game. The score is 8-7 for Western. And it's good to see that Carleton is just continuously chopping at the score. Like, they're not being too, worried They're taking their opportunities when they get them. Um, it's just nice that they're starting to find the options, and actually, it's credit to their defense for really stepping up and making it easy for them to get the turns early, giving them a short field, being able to convert those break opportunities or even just offensive holes with such a short field.
Yep, and we're within one, so it's going to be a close game here. It's been overall point for points. Western took a bit of a lead, and we'll see how this goes, yeah.
Yeah.
So Western starts with the disc in the middle, number 27, Lydia Chi. No mark, and she's got a mark. Back to the middle, number 16. What a great grab by 16. And shoots it towards the end zone. Number 6, close to the end zone line. Lee with the disc on the far side. Looking for a bail. Great defensive play by Nealon and good pressure by Carleton. Gets the disc to the middle. 33 to Scott. To Potvin to Shuling on the home side, to Scotty on this side, to Grace to Potvin. They're working their way up the field. Potvin's looking for a pass, looking for a bail. She's got Scott. Scott shoots it in the end zone. It's a lofty one. It's floating. And just floated far to the right, and Nealon was unable to grab that.
Yeah, that was one of those hospital passes there. Four players just all in one spot, just waiting to be have a chance to just jump up, and then it just sailed right over all of them.
13 with the disc in the middle. Sherry.
Ooh.
Good effort by number 6.
That was a really good effort.
McFadden.
So again, Tori picking up the disc. Looking. Oh, hits a nice break side, but her teammate wasn't ready for that one.
Yeah, and I think it was an unexpected pass for her. Nealon tries to open up the field. Was a really good look towards that break side. Unfortunately, her teammates weren't ready for that.
Yep.
Lou. To Wang, now to 27. She gets it in the middle to 21. To Yang. Yang in the middle. Looking for a bail.
I like this matchup between Sherry and Emily Scott.
Yep.
And Sherry does not seem phased by Scott's, it just means just a height mismatch is huge, but Sherry's just moving around very fast, still trying to get every second, third pass.
That's right. Got 27 here on the home side. And we got Lou, Sherry. Looking. Oh, good efforts by Carleton there. Their defense. Punching it in the end zone with a great bid by number 4. Just an unreal bid. Such a good effort there.
Yeah, definitely. That was within fingertips. It was very close. I thought Shuling would have been able to make it a bid attempt on that too, but number 4 went right for that right away and just so close. Really, really great effort.
And we see that big mark there by Lee, Jocelyn Lee. Huge mark near their end zone. Unfortunately, Shuling was unable to catch the pass and pass it to Scott. So they'll start 13. Looking, fakes it, and they score. Western. Sherry Lou. Been the general already. Just, with the matchup that she had with Scott. Scott being a big body, has length. Like you said earlier, hasn't phased her. She's been in the right spot. She's the general of this team with Lee. It's a good conversion there.
Definitely. Yeah, again, like we've been saying on the other past games, when you have those go-to players that are just able to continually doing their thing on the field, it's so awesome. If you ever find that your teams are down and you call up on them and they come back and bring you right back in the game, it's awesome. And, Sherry, Jocelyn, Estelle, those go-to players, they've been very consistent all throughout the game. So it's really, really awesome to see them doing that. It's be interesting again to see if Carleton try to find some way to really slow them down. They tried a little bit of a different matchup, like Sherry again having taken a matchup on Emily Scott, and Sherry was doing her thing still. And then at that last second, it looked like Tori had taken Sherry, and Sherry was still able to hit that inside break flick pass.
Yeah, and you can see Sherry's got some definitely experience under her belt with a very amount of fakes and the way she's already carried herself throughout this game.
Definitely. So, but still a tight game. Still a 9-7 for Western. Carleton still has a chance. We are at the 63-minute mark. So we got Tori with the disc.
Taking Burnett, number 4, with the disc on the side. Tori kneeling in the middle with the disc. Western's got that flat zone on again, which has caused problems, but they're able to convert. Scott to Burnett with a huge hand block by number 11, Michelle Ning.
Yeah, Michelle has definitely been showing her defensive prowess all over this game this entire time. So it was really amazing hand block.
We got Chan in the middle with the disc. Chan, looking
great
middle.
Attempt by Estelle. Great attempt.
Looking to ding, and Nealon, 91, looking end zone. But a great defensive effort by number 23, Carissa Chan.
Just great position. Timed her jump to go up right at the right moment. And, was able to knock that down. Really, really great job. She did not give up on that.
And she's starting with the disc on the far side. Looking to number 3. Rachel Liu to number 22 on the far side. Looking for her bail. Floaty
Great job
to Chan.
Around. Oh, what a nice put. But here comes Emily Scott trying to get a big matchup. Oh, great job.
You can hear from the sideline, Scotty's huge.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Some entertainment from the Carleton side. They're getting fired up there. It's a good defensive pressure downfield.
Definitely. Oh, we got number 65 wide open. Got a chance to get that. Nice work.
No mark. They got no mark. Nizette, 18 with no mark. Deflected by 18 from Western, but Sadler's got it in front of their end zone line. Looking, end zone, just a bit too far from Burnett's hands.
Yeah, it looked like she had a really wide open number 4 there on that far break side. But it looked like number 4 was starting to creep up into the middle, and once the throw came out, her footwork was not able to turn herself back into the break side direction in order to get that pass.
That's right, so we're starting off on the far side.
Oh, great D by number 12.
Sadler, deflected last time. She was able to collect the disc. Now we got Nealon starting on the far side there, looking end zone to Nizette in the middle. And a great defensive effort there by Western again.
Yeah, just really pushed that lane very well and saw that play evolving and was able to jump in the lane and get that D.
Yeah, Carissa Chan was at the right place at the right time. And then we got 65.
Sarah, very nice D. Just
Dixon.
didn't stop, came right in on that inside and make sure that D was D. A lot of times when you, as an offensive player, you don't think your defender's coming up behind you. You always want to attack that disc. And Sarah made sure you went right at it and D'd that.
Exactly. So we got Nizette in the middle, looking end zone. A little bit scattered. Throws up a Blady hammer. To Sadler? To Sadler.
It looks to Sadler.
And the observers call a goal.
A goal. Wow.
So.
That looked like a bit of a wily blade there. And I thought she was throwing to Emily. I did not see Sadler creeping up back there. So good on Sadler to get herself in position to catch that.
Yeah, Sadler's been in the position in the end zone a few times where she's the picking up the garbage. You know, she's
Yeah.
right there if it falls off the hands. You saw some great defensive efforts by Western. Give credit to them. That possession was a lot of back and forth, and some great defensive efforts over there on that side.
On Carleton. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, both sides for sure on that point. Both teams definitely had multiple run-through. D's was not giving up on that. And, yeah, credit to Carleton to stay with that point and convert to pull within one again. So we are at the 68-minute mark. And, here again at the VC Showcase Field here in sunny Brampton, Ontario, doing this Canadian Ultimate University Championships. And between two amazing teams trying to get into that Division I, wanting to play for the coveted gold. So, a lot's on the line, so they're going to keep on grinding it out. And, Carleton's going to keep on trying to see if they can put a bit more pressure on this Western to try and get this big break to pull even.
So we got a good pull there. And Lee, number 12, starting in the middle with the disc. To 27, to Jing. Looking end zone. Oh, not quite end zone, but almost there. Number 4 on the far side. Back to G. Back to Lee in the middle. Good defensive effort there. Number 21 on the Western's got the disc. Back to Lee in the middle. Good grab by number 10. Lee. On the far side, number 27, looking to Lee in the end zone. Jocelyn Lee.
Yeah, Jocelyn again, just everywhere on the field this entire game. She kind of waited for her chance. She bailed it to the far side, and when she saw her own moment, just bursted up line and caught the disc right in the end zone. Just showing what an amazing player she is. Been doing it as a handler the whole entire game. And it's really awesome to see consistent play from that kind of player doing what she knows best. So.
And yeah, we also saw some really good defense close to that end zone line from number 28 on the Raven side, Taylor Samar. Just good person-to-person defense was shutting down Lee at one point before she was able to convert and score.
Yeah, no, definitely. And again, it's credit to Carleton. They're hanging in there. Their pressure is really forcing Western into a lot of passes, having to use the entire field. If they just continue doing that, they will get those turns. But again, credit to Western. They're finding ways to keep that disc moving and not being fazed by Carleton's pressure. So, if Carleton just keep pushing, they're definitely going to get a shot at converting a bit more of these turns. So here's Satori again, go for the big huck. Looking for a target. Oh, just out of the arm's reach of number 13.
And yeah, that's the look they're going for right now with that big pressure from Western in the zone, that flat zone. It's hard to break. So they had a good look there with Harvey Loy. Unfortunately, she couldn't come down with it. You got Western in the middle with the disc. Floaty pass, and it's a turn. 91 Nealon. It's got the disc in the middle. Looking end zone. To Lydia Harvey Lloyd. Did she grab it? Oh, unfortunately, she didn't come down with it.
That was very close. And it's really hard when you catch that and you hit the ground and just bounces out of your hands. That's really tough. It's really hard to keep possession of that. But quick D back. Emily Scott be able to get the disc back. So it's back in the hands of Tori. Let's see what she can do here.
Looking for Nazette in the end zone. And the conversion. Nealon to Nazette.
Very nice backhand break by Nealon to Nazette. Nazette making that very nice break side cut to the far side and was able to catch that.
Yeah, I think that was a really well played. They seem to, Carleton has struggled with their end zone. They've thrown a few plays and just not able to bring it down there. They really took their time. Nizette had a lot of room to run up the line. Nealon saw her and she gave her the pass. Well executed.
Definitely. So, we're just approaching this 73-minute mark. Still within one. Carleton still has a chance. I think this is a big point for them right here if they can try to get a turn and try to get this big break. Try to force maybe a potential universe here. So we'll see if they can try to amp up the pressure a little bit. You still see the same names coming out there. You see Tori, you see Emily, we see Sadler, we see Sarah. So big stacked defensive line here. So hopefully they can get a turn.
Yeah, and the same for Western. You got Lee, Jocelyn, and Joyce. Both been great. Sherry also a general on that offensive line. So we're going to see what they do here. I think there was an offside call from the observers.
And audience, I don't know if you can see, but the far side seems like Western's open team is there helping out their fellow school teammates and bringing some extra energy and sideline help. So it's really awesome having that type of energy and the men's open team helping their women players out. So it's really awesome to see that.
It's very, very good to see that. We got some dancers on the far side there from the Western men team. Very excited for their women's. They're playing well.
Definitely.
We got Lee. To Lee, unfortunately, Jocelyn couldn't come down with it. Nealon on the home side. Looking end zone. Oh, but we got a call.
Yeah, it looks like the Western defender there was a bit out of the zone in terms of being able to call the stall. So I guess Nealon Tall called a violation, so I had to reset the count.
Looking for Scott with the one-hand grab, number 33. And there's a call, a pick call.
Very nice grab by Emily to make sure you keep possession of that disc. So the call was a pick call?
Pick call, I believe, yeah, in the deep end there. Scott starting with the disc to Nizette, 18. Nizette looking deep for Lydia Harvey-Lloyd in the end zone to Burnett with the goal. Way to come down with that play and still be able to convert.
Definitely. Very, very nice job. Lydia has a big target, was able to hold on to that disc, and was able to, once she came down with that, Burnett was wide open, was able to just hop it in the end zone to convert that break.
And that's the first break.
That's the first break. That's correct. So again, it's awesome to see Carleton has not given up. They were able to battle back, and we are tied up.
We're all tied up here. Carleton is taking a timeout, especially at a tie game with not a lot of time left on the clock. Just under about 4 minutes to go till hard cap. What are we? Western's got a bit of an advantage here. They're coming in on offense, and Carleton's really going to have to shut down defensively. So.
Yeah, well, I think what it helps for Carleton in this case is scoring that upwind. The wind just started to pick up a little bit strong now. So maybe if they can, maybe they'll probably try to sneak in a zone, see if they can kind of catch Western off guard. Maybe they'll continue with that person-person defense and see if they could add a little bit more pressure to shut down the handlers or force a high throw. It's a big point.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of strategy going into this play coming in from both sides. You see two huddles with the captains, 33 and 91, Nealon and Scott with the coaches, and the teams are huddled in. You got the line on the line, Western's on the line ready to go, and they have their team huddled in. And, it's coming down to the wire. This is the game to go, so it's a super important game for both teams. Try to make that Div 1.
I agree. And like playing in that Division One, playing with the best of the best, you know. And again, it's really credit to these amazing athletes here on this Friday, and even the ones that are coming tomorrow. That a lot of these teams are all capable of playing in that Division One for sure. It just shows how deep the frisbee is, and the talent of players all over our country. And it's just really awesome to see that we're just continuously getting great frisbee all over the place. So really, really great display of athleticism and playing from these athletes here today.
We got the starting pull to the tie game at 10-10. What a great pull by Nealon there.
Very nice pull.
To Lee. Lee back to the middle.
Hitting the break side here. Again, we see a little bit of, that was a really close one. Emily Scott was lurking in that middle of the field.
You got 60 with the disc. Back to Sherry Lou. The far side. To Chan. Chan. Looking to Lee. It's floating. And in a grab by Nealon. Just past the halfway mark. And she calls a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like a timeout call by Tori. I guess they were trying to decide if they had enough timeouts. Well, yeah, this is a big point for Carleton. So it's a good call on Tori making that call to really make sure you can drop a good play, to make sure you take advantage of this break opportunity and potentially could take the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the wind, it's a crosswind. So it's definitely going to be a bit more challenging. You got to make sure that you're making some smart plays here, especially Carleton in a bit of the advantage here with the disc just past the halfway mark. We're coming in at almost 80 minutes. So this will be the last point of the game.
It looks like we're getting into universe territory. And I think that is universe, guys. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on a universe point. I believe it's for all the marbles to get to that coveted Division One. Carleton with the disc. Tori Nealon. See how they have a little side stack set up here.
And you see, definitely a side stack set up there. You have Scotty on the far side. And, we'll see what they do here with their once Western gets set. And the disc is in. Nealon's got the disc. Looking to Scott in the middle. Scott looking end zone. And just a bit too much angle on the disc, and Harvey Lloyd couldn't come down with it, and the advantage are changing.
Yeah, no, that was credit to Western making great pressure, being in the right spot to force Carleton have to go up a little bit early, and it just kind of went over her head. But again, this is a big point. Western's got to travel the full 90 yards in order to make this. Oh, this is hanging up here. Can Western come down with that? Oh, wow. What a great focus by number 5 to hold on to that disc.
By Chu, Carrie Chu, what a great grab. At 13, and Lee in the middle with the disc. On the far side, Sherry Lou with the disc. Looking end zone. In the middle, number 5.
They're just inches from the end zone.
Lou, Sherry Lou with the disc. Looks to her co-handler, looking end zone.
Oh.
And that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. Western on universe point with the goal.
What a match. Way to Western to really hold on to that. Traveled the full 90 yards to 70 yards to capture that coveted point, universe win to seal themselves to make it to that Division One. What a match.
Unfortunately, Carleton came down on the other side of this game. They fought their way back throughout and put a lot into effort into their second half. You got to give credit to all the Carleton players and hoping that Hill is okay. But some good possessions by Nealon and Scott. We also saw Sadler on the defensive end, really well played. And from the western side, we got Sherry Lou, who was a force to be reckoned with. Carissa Chan had some great defensive plays. And both Joyce and Jocelyn, just with the handler movement throughout this game. It's a great win for Western.
Definitely, I agree. It just showed with Western, those 4 or 5 players that were just able to just consistently throughout the whole game really keep Western ahead of Carleton. But again, like you said, credit to Carleton on just fighting back to make it a universe point game, never giving up. Again, like you said, Emily Scott, Torrey just really holding in there. Just unfortunate being on that wrong side there of that loss, but really, really great effort on their part for sure.
Well, we would like to thank everyone for tuning in to our Friday qualifiers. We've had some very fun games here in Brampton, Ontario at the CUUC Ultimate Canadian Universe Series. Tomorrow we'll be live streaming again with my co-partner Lance Blackstoff, myself Alicia, and we also have a co-commentator Theo Wang come and help us. So stay tuned and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hey.